Hi, everyone. I want to welcome you to the TYICC Podcast. And listen, today is a very special episode where we're going to have a very detailed, sensitive discussion tonight. And I'm Isaac and I'm your host. And today we have a very special guest with me. He's a brother, he's a friend, he's a colleague. He knows the topic we're going to talk about today. And he's none other but my very good friend, Mr. Isaac Anand. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here.
Bless you for being here.
Yeah.
So today we are going to have a very sensitive topic, as you already know.
Right.
We talk about relationship, sexuality, and its corrupt nature as we have it today. So to even begin with, what do you understand by the term relationship and courtship?
So, basically, relationship is the connection, the interaction that we have with people. So, dependent on how you find yourself in everything, there is a relationship. So, you as my brother, we have a relationship, brotherly relationship, ministerial relationship, whatever. With my parents, I have a relationship with them. But courtship is where two people consensually they have decided to study themselves, and at the end of their studies, decide to enter into marriage. Yes, so I believe that every courtship should not end in marriage because at the end of your studies, you should be able to decide whether you will say I do
Or,
or I don't.
okay.
So relationship, even in courtship, there should be relationship.
Okay.
So relationship is the broader picture where in that relationship we have where people are studying themselves into becoming.
You were, in your submission, you said that in courtship there has to even be relationship. Am I right?
Exactly.
What do you mean by that? That even in courtship there has to be relationship. What do you mean by
I've seen married people who do not even laugh.
that? Don't laugh at me.
Well, you see, there's no connection
Connection,
between
okay.
them even after marriage. You understand? Some people marry for whatever reasons they may marry. However, some of them are arranged.
Yeah.
Some of them are, picked for them and all that. So it becomes difficult to make a friendship in the marriage. You understand? There are people who have been married for about 30 and over years. When you still meet them, there's something more to talk about in their marriage. Understand? Some people are married for few days and there's nothing to talk again
Yeah,
because
that's
the connection, the relationship is not there. Yeah.
true.
So that's what I mean.
I get it. Okay, so from your submission, would you say that there is a difference between the kind of relationship our parents had before their marriage and the kind of relationship or friendship we have right now for our marriage and settling down in marriage?
Okay, so I was not there during the time of my period, but I will look at in the sense that you see when they met themselves, I don't think they had the media to be interacting and all that. So you had to go visit them in their house and create a relationship between even the parents of that which you are seeing.
Sure.
There are some people who are seeing themselves, they have seen themselves for about 3 years and their parents are not aware, the friends are not aware. You understand? So I think their relationship was what connected the two society together, the family of the man and the family of the woman. But in our community, it's not like that. You see, we are so globally connected together. So I can be here in Kumasi and be dating someone from Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
So
fine, yeah.
so basically, yeah. So their own is different because the world in our today is changing. Yeah, so media has a role to play in our relationship. So theirs is not like our
Also,
own.
right now.
Yeah.
That's true. So to really piece this together,
Okay.
that means because they had a different kind of relationship before marriage, their kind of issues or crises are also different from the kind of crisis the young ones are going through right now in their relationship.
Yes, basically we young people now hide behind the media to show our real identity to the world. You understand? Young ladies will put up makeups and all that
beautiful or
It's
colorful.
it's not wrong. I like makeup.
That's
It has a way of beautifying
true.
women,
That's
and
true.
it's very, very important. But
That's true.
some you can talk to someone on the phone, basically be connected with the media for about a year and more, and may not know how the person,
Even looks in a real person.
yes,
That's true.
intellectually how they think,
That's true.
because people have AI connected to their messages to
Yeah,
reply
yeah,
for them.
that's true.
So you cannot even think for them. You don't know how the person react when they are angry.
Yeah,
You don't know when the person react when they are lonely.
yeah.
How they relate with the opposite
Yeah,
sex.
yeah.
So you will not be able to capture all these things into play. But I think in the times of my father and my dad, they were asking their friends about who the woman is,
Yes, yeah.
and that's where the person grew.
That's true.
You understand? So the connection with their parents alone will tell you, "Ah, if you will, you can go and marry
That's
inside."
true.
There's a popular. So this particular house, you can go and marry.
marry.
So someone will meet you and say, "This is your son in university. I want to give my daughter
That's true. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I've been training
yeah.
her." But today we are allowed our own will to go out there and make the relationship for
Yeah,
ourselves,
yeah,
and it's quite dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm not saying your parents should decide for you. No, but it's good to meet people, have fun,
with them.
interact, create a society for yourself.
Yeah.
However, I think that it should go beyond that. We should be able to make friends out there and create a wonderful relationship for ourselves.
That's true. And this has even made me remember a story my dad told me
Okay.
of how he met my mom.
Wow.
You know, my dad was in the Bible school in the 80s thereabout.
Oh.
When my mom went to visit her brother, who was also in the same Bible school with my father.
Okay.
You know, so my mom went there and she gave her brother some food item. You know, and she says, "So, oh, bruh, you man can mami from Sami." And my dad is Samuel, so I'm from Sami, and it was from that time the kind of connection and relationship between my mom began.
Oh, wow.
You know, so my dad was even in school when his parents went to my mom's parents to even talk about, you know,
you can imagine.
you know, even before he committed school. So I really get you from that point in that in those old times, our parents saw the need to even inquire from behind the person to go to their house, to go to their friends, to inquire how is she. If you ask Yarebi or Hana, you know, how do they even react when they get angry and all. And these are classical ways of finding a very solid partner. But I really want to
let me, how long so how long have they been married?
For almost 40 years.
Look at this.
Almost 40 years now. Almost 40 years now.
Yeah. Wow.
So that means that even helps in solidifying relationships, even in marriage.
Yes.
But I want to double down to ask this question that I have some of my friends asking me questions that, Brian, I'm entering into this relationship and this guy wants to, you know, sleep with me before marriage because he says that his love language is sex. You know, so you have to have intercourse with him first before he knows that indeed you love him. Has these been some of the indicators for relationship and all? Are these good indicators or they are bad indicators? Are they indicators we should look up for as we can take it in and do it, or we have to be very careful when our partners ask for such things from us?
I'm smiling because I want to talk from the point as a pastor.
As a pastor.
Yeah, so basically, as a pastor, I strongly I am strongly against sex before marriage as a pastor. So let me make that very clear so that we continue. So I believe that sex language and whatever this Gen Z and all, Charlie, we should be helped by God.
That's true. That's true.
So as a young lady, what should I do if my beloved is asking for sex and all that? But the question is, where has the relationship gotten to? What is the intention? What are you looking for? What is becoming, what fruit do you think this relationship is up to produce? You understand? So do you have to just give yourself out? What if you meet another guy and you want sex?
Okay.
What if you meet another person and you want
So
sex?
that means you'll be giving it all out to them because
That's their love language.
language,
If you put it in that,
in that context.
yes, that's their love language. So I'll be giving it out onto them for them and all that. Yeah. So I believe as a pastor, it's wrong.
Yeah.
You can keep yourself as a young man. If we put your dad in question, I'm not sure you had sex with your mommy before marriage.
Yeah.
Do you think they were sexually not active in their days?
They were.
But look at us today. We sugarcoat it and think it's my love language, so
Sure.
I can be having sex out there and it's okay. But I don't believe that we should be having. You will find a godly man. Oh, I think all young people, young men who respect themselves, will not run around be saying, "Sex is my love language. I have to sleep with you before." Yeah. So anybody that pride in themselves that I've had sex with a lot of women, I think it's not wise. I think it's even low self-esteem. Yes, because they don't know who they are. They have not understood who they really are. Yes. So it's a very difficult subject.
Okay. So that means it is very prudent for me to even discuss the scripture in the Bible that the marriage is honorable and the bed undefiled. So that means that before marriage, before even planning on settling down as husband or as a couple, one of the things you should have in mind is the spirit of purity and decency to keep your bodies intact even before marriage, because the you trying to have intercourse with someone before marriage is not a clear indication that the marriage is going to last.
Basically, I think there's a research that has proven that people who had sex before marriage end up divorcing.
Very, very true.
More than those who did not have sex before marriage. Yeah.
Because that one particular thing that would even make the marriage bond tighter and become quite unique has already been tested before the marriage.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So what at all haven't we done before we even got married? And some people say we have to test, and Charlie, I don't believe you have to test anything. You are going to buy rice and say, please pour some for me.
Let me test first before
I order what I want to order. Yeah. But even not in that sense, I don't think it's right.
Okay.
And scripturally, it shouldn't be so. Okay. Paul said that, don't you know that your body is the temple of God and you must keep yourself. So fornication is not love language.
Okay.
Fornication is not love language.
Okay.
Child of God.
All right. So that means we the Gen Z, we tend to do this as a way to prove our love for our partner in the guise that it is a love language. Number one. Number two, I want us to discuss how even this comes into the picture. How will a young guy who has not had intercourse before is now asking his yet-to-be partner for intercourse, for sex? I think that one of the things that propels that form of action, that form of idea, is pornography.
Okay.
Because they have watched it, and watching it and imprinting in their mind, they believe that practicing it will be the best thing. What do you think about that?
I believe pornography is one of the instruments that is fueling sex before marriage. In as much as curiosity is a factor, however, but pornography is a key. In our world today, I think the definition of pornography should change. Because anything you see out there on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, is actually pornography. How young ladies have revealed themselves and walking around the street in the name of fashion, in the name of being influencer, in the name of media and creating content and all that. Every content I have seen out there, most of them are talking about sexual things. You understand? So everywhere we pass, wherever we open our phone to, we see these pornographic images there
On Facebook,
on Facebook,
Instagram,
everywhere, even
TikTok.
Google.
Google, yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's seen as the young child is exposed to all these things. So if I'm watching, if I'm seeing, I see someone talk about them, I see people talk about them on the media, on the phone, in the content they are creating to make it a funny whatever. Why don't I try it with my partner? You understand? So it is not my intention, but this is the case. I'm sitting with my partner in a quiet room where I'm scrolling through my phones, and every image that comes is revealing a naked woman and all that. So what comes to your head as a young
if you
man?
try to implement it,
And you will want to do it. So you master the courage behind your mirror and say, I will hold her hands, I will do. You see, so pornography has become one of the ways, it's one of the factors that really affects premarital sex, and it is very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
I remember quite recently I was having a research on pornography. I've taken 8 months just to research on pornography.
Wow.
And that's because of the high rate of views in pornography.
Wow.
And it is stipulated in the research. I did that, combining even CNN, ABC, and all the big news outlets in the West together. Their net worth can't even, is not tantamount to the net worth of even one porn site.
Wow.
Alright, so even Pornhub itself is richer than most of the news outlets out there.
Look at this.
And it's also in research that almost every minute they release a new porn video. Every minute.
Whoa.
So whilst we are here talking, they are busy releasing videos, and I really had a concern, and I still have a concern about that, because one porn star, her name is Mia Khalifa. She's an ex porn star right now.
Okay.
Now, she said that the way she got into pornography was that someone told her that she's a very good model and she can model well, and they will pay her well for even modeling. So they began with just normal outfits and just modeling, and they said, can't you do better by taking it off and just remaining your underwear? So she tried to do that, and they said they will increase her salary. So they increased her salary, and they said that, can you take it a step further by acting, So she was just there, and it just happened that a guy just entered there, and they just began to do it. And she was interviewed on BBC Hard Talk, and she was saying how now she feels disgusted because she being an ex porn star, her videos are still there.
Yeah.
And people are feasting on her pictures and videos. So when she's even walking in town, people see through her dress. And that is very, very, very dangerous, in that young guys are taking this in. And whatever you take in defines who you are.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So one man by name Carrie Ten Boom said that what you feed the most grows the most and eventually takes control over you.
Wow.
So that means if you feed your mind with these lustful thoughts, with these filthy images and thoughts, it will define who you are and eventually be fueling how you think and how you take your actions.
Exactly. So it is really important. I am a teen pastor, so I've been having conversation with young people in my church, and most of this conversation is also, they want to understand why people are naked out there on the media, and they are running around with their panties and all that. So they will want to understand. So it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous in our world today, because pornography is taking all over the place. Even in our church, people dress as if
Yeah.
you understand, unveiling some of the places that ought to be covered, and it's very dangerous. And once you are young, once you are a teen, your sexuality is active. We are not disputing that. You understand? So when you see things, you become attracted. When you see things, it registers in your mind. So exactly. So what if you sleep, when you go to bed, and these things are playing in your? What do you do with it? So that is when they are in relationship, they want to also practice that which they see, and it's in their subconscious mind. Yeah.
So I would like to follow up with a question. That do you think that pornography is a real issue in our sphere right now, as young people, as Gen Zs and young girls, young guys, that pornography is really dictating how we see relationships?
That is not the only factor.
But do you think it's one of the major factors?
I believe that it's dependent on the individual.
Okay.
But because we all have phones and we scroll through the media,
okay,
we see naked people up there. I'm a pastor. I can't say I don't see them. But the decision now lies on you as an individual to what you see, to practice, or to have a different idea with your own relationship. And I think the church or the society should be able to help these young people in educating them how to run their relationship and all that. So pornography is a factor, but I don't think it's the major factor.
Okay, so what do you think is the major factor?
The individual themselves.
Okay.
The person you are in relationship with.
Okay.
Yes. So I believe you have not had sex.
No, I haven't.
Why?
Okay.
It's because you've seen a bigger picture. It's not because you were trained. I'm sure you have other siblings who are into that. But it's not because you are trained, but it's because you decided not to.
Okay.
Whatever your reasons may be, but it is your own discipline that has kept you till now that you have not engaged in sexual activity. You understand? So I believe that it is the self-discipline of that particular individual. That children even have sex.
Okay.
But it is your discipline and how much you have decided not to that will fuel that you will not become.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really focused on that. In that the numbers keeps on rising. Recently, I was reading an article where an MP, a former MP in Central Region, tried to write a letter to a minister, even just to abort pornography site here in Ghana.
Okay.
It's on the internet. They tried to do that, but I don't know where it got to though. But that means the pornography really got to the minds of young people.
Yes, I remember when I was in K University in our time, the Wi-Fi was set in a way that it cannot open pornographic sites.
Okay.
So you are logged onto the Wi-Fi, but when you are trying to open such sites, it doesn't work. Okay. When we were back in school, I don't know for today. You understand? So it was a factor. It was very rampant because research shows that most young people in Ghana are opening the site frequently. So the school implemented that policy so that when you open with their Wi-Fi, it wouldn't work.
So it's just for education materials, just to study.
Exactly. To interact with people. So your media, maybe a little of WhatsApp and all that. But when you try to open these areas, it doesn't work. So it was also one of the ways that were helping to curb them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe that in those times it was rampant. However, we were also there.
Okay.
But we decided not to.
Okay, not to allow yourself to
be influenced by. Today, one of the most dangerous thing about pornography is what we call the leaks.
Okay.
Even Christians watch it because they put it in quote that it's not pornography, it's leak.
It's leak. Okay. Right.
Look at what is happening now there. So they don't feel guilty for. They feel guilty for watching pornography, but when it is a leak. It's also leak, so I'm also going to watch it.
Okay.
God help us.
God really help us. All right, so let's come down to this topic that most young guys think that because I'm 20 years, I'm 25 years, I'm 26 years, I can live my life. I can, go out with this lady today, this lady tomorrow, and all that, and I can do whatever I want with them, and go away with it, and finally settle down with a lady, possibly a virgin, and I'll be with her in marriage. Now, this kind of motive, sir, what is your take on it?
But I remember a young guy told me that there are no virgins out there anymore. was asking, he said, Pastor, the way you are keeping yourself when you are doing this shakara and you want to marry a virgin, it's not true. There are no virgins out there because the kind of people they are meeting out there, he doesn't hold the idea that there are people who are still chased out there. You understand? So, I believe that. What was the question again?
The question is, with young guys who are trying to live their life, enjoy life.
Yeah.
As of now,
Yeah.
they can live any life. They can go to the club, go to the pub, have fun. Taking anything, have intercourse with as many people as possible, as their energy can permit them. And in the long run, they'll find one holy lady somewhere and marry. But to have that kind of mentality, is that a good mentality for destiny?
No.
Okay.
No, you see, even if God help you to get a young lady who is chaste or who has preserved their bodies, you have played around and all that and come. What if it descends into your daughters?
Oh.
Or your that's the thing you train your children.
That's true.
You understand? So I believe that we enjoying ourselves does not neglect the fact that we should look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you are drinking today, if you are feeding your mind with pornography today, there's a time coming where your woman that who you think you have married is a virgin will no longer satisfy you because the kind of experience you have had out there, she's not giving you. So that the only solution is to go out of that marriage. So even if you end up with a young lady who is a virgin, because as a result of you running around and having all this experience, she will not be enough for you. That's why some men sleep with their daughters, and some men are doing all sorts of things. You understand? So it's not just so that you can run around and at the end of the day get a beautiful woman who is virgin and married. If that is alone, then no, Charlie, don't worry. You understand? I don't think our daddies they weren't enjoying their life because they were not going to the club and having sex with others. No. I believe you have a wonderful way of enjoying yourself where you will not be engaging in all those things.
I remember addictive and paralytic power of pornography.
Okay.
So first of all, pornography comes in a form of seductive way. So it seduces you, and now it becomes addictive.
Okay.
When you are addicted to it, that means you become so hooked on it, so much so that almost every time you need to watch it so that you feel okay, you feel at peace. And the next step is that it will paralyze you. It can paralyze your mind, even to the point where when you see a normal person walking outside, you have already, imagine having something to do with the person even before the person passes. Right? So this subject is very, very, very powerful in that our young ones are going through it. In fact, they are dying out of it, of pornography. So I really want us to know the dangers of not coming out of this. Because if we say that this can be normal, this should be okay. Well, I can watch it once in a while. I can do it. I can masturbate. I can do that, and I'll be okay with it at the expense of your glorious future, at the expense of your colorful future. How dangerous and how urgent should we campaign against this thing?
No, I believe that every young person out there should be very watchful about pornography.
Yes, sir.
Because it has a way of destroying your life that you will not see. Because you think that all that it gives you is the pleasure, at the end of the day. But just like you were talking about the addictive side of pornography. So one, it takes your time. Most of the time when we say something takes your time, we think that what is time? I have enough. As a young man, you may believe that you have enough time